What's good, guys? I'm Paul. Welcome back to another video. In case you don't know me, I'm a copywriter and I run a free Discord community that has 1,000 members, I think. A link is in the description. And basically, we help new copywriters and new entrepreneurs generally get their first steps into the door of freelancing, right? And having so many people join, especially so many beginners join, has allowed me to tap into the psyche on a deeper level with these people, right? It has allowed me to see their frustrations, problems, their desires, dreams. By the way they chat, it's very organic. So if somebody complains about any problem that they have, we all see it. And throughout time, I've kind of began to see a pattern on people who try to take this entrepreneurship path in this life, right? And the biggest issue that I found, and my co-hosts have found, and we always talk about this, is the fact that people who enter are so obsessed with seeing results, and especially they're obsessed with seeing results quickly. You see, this is a common thing, so don't feel frustrated if you're going through it. I went through it, and I'm going to explain my story. And you see, entrepreneurship, and especially copywriting as a whole, to me it looks like a machine that's like a square, and you put input, like effort, you put effort into it, and it produces results, aka clients, aka revenue. And this is kind of like one of those machines, like one of these old printers that don't always work, and you gotta shake it up, right? You cannot expect to see direct results straight from the effort. It's not linear. It doesn't work like that, especially at the beginning, right? You gotta get the ball rolling. And if you have inputs and you have outputs, by the way copywriting is teach, and by the way these YouTubers garner the attention of people who need the money and people who want to make money online, is by focusing on the outputs. They always talk about the results, but they don't talk about the inputs as much. Obviously, you don't want to scare people off, right? But this focus on the output has led to people following all these lifestyle content coaches and having your Instagram feed bombarded with these lifestyle videos and this success and this money and these results all the time, and you're not having that, is really frustrating. I remember when I was a couple of weeks in, or 3 weeks into copywriting, that's where most people quit because they don't see results. I was all in, and I wasn't seeing results, and it got to the point where I was watching these copywriting videos and watching this lifestyle content, and I would literally get angry of it. Like, I would get bitter. And it makes sense now that I think about it, because if you dedicate so much time into something and it doesn't bring you the results that you want, you'll grow bitter and resentful. That makes sense. It's like if a girl rejects you, you may get somewhat mad. That depends on your capacity to accept rejection. But if you go to hell and back for a girl, buy them nice things, and you spend all this time on trying to get them, and you don't see the results, they reject you, you're gonna grow very resentful against them, right? So focusing on the results was completely the wrong way to start. And the way I still got some results, or still focused on some positive parts of it, was via kind of quantifying the input that I was putting in and gamifying it. So let me explain. If you put so much effort into copywriting and you're not seeing any kind of result, obviously you're gonna get frustrated, especially when you're not getting any money and you're all here for the money. So how do you kind of get that dopamine hit from it? You need to count the metric, like take notes of how much input you're putting in, and have your metrics and count. For example, I counted how many hours I was dedicating to copywriting every day. I made a list of books and checked the ones I had read, and kind of like make made kind of like a progress bar, right? I also counted the amount of average that I made every day, and I made a graph to make sure that I didn't go down in the average I was doing. I also like to count the amount of free value Google Docs that I was making, and I felt good every time that number went up. So until you're seeing results, the way you need to go about it is feel good about yourself for all the work you're putting in. Feel good about yourself for this skill that you're learning that is going to help you forever, because learning how to sell is crucial in this life if you don't want to work 9 to 5 forever. And kind of gamify it, literally have an Excel spreadsheet about this, and feel good when that that number of hours that you put in every day goes up, or that number of hours you do per hour goes up. That was my plan at the beginning, and it really helped me go through that first months of frustration of not seeing results. And there's more flashy influencers, there's less flashy influencers. So I suggest that when it comes to the flashy influencers, you don't obsess over these videos with the Lambos in Dubai and all these jets and lifestyle content, because you're not gonna see those results in a few months, and you're gonna get super frustrated, and you're gonna want to quit. You're gonna grow resentful with copywriting. You're gonna hate it. I literally got to the point where I literally hated copywriting. I was like, I'm dedicating so much time of my life to this thing, and I'm not seeing results, and it's been a few weeks. I'm tired of this shit. I was about to quit, like most people do at the beginning. And another thing that I wanted to talk about in this video real quick was that a lot of people, they get excited when they get anywhere close to results, like they get a DM response, or they get somebody teasing getting on a call with them. And I know how much it sucks to be this close to closing a client, having them reply back to you, having them almost like goddamn get on a sales call with you, and then don't not show up, or then on a sales call not you not close them. It can be really frustrating. And copywriting, if I were to define it, would be, especially at the beginning, getting so close to getting the results that you've dreamt of, and then having them take it back from you, like having them snatched out of your hands, like being this close you can almost touch the results, and it all going into nothing. And that happens so often that you kind of like build an error mind, and when you get good results, you don't even get excited about it, you don't even celebrate. It's like, okay, I'm zen, I'm literally poker faced until I see that number in my bank account. As they say, it's not real until it's in the bank, right? So literally don't celebrate any victory until it's in the bank. And still, you can even get a Stripe like cancellation or something. So being super excited about getting a DM response on, or talking to this client, is not going to get you anywhere. I remember at the beginning, I was super excited about this client replying back to my messages, sending messages back and forth, and then me not closing them, and I was like, fuck. And that shit stank for like a week. Like, I was this close. So I'm literally like resilient. I'm literally like zen right now. I don't even consider it a result until it's in the bank. And another thing that I want to talk about, you need to see losses or failures as you getting closer to the goal. So for example, I have an Excel spreadsheet with average, okay? I think every copywriter who is above beginner level has this, and I think you should do it, because not only it quantifies your leads and it helps you get track of them, but it makes you feel better about yourself. Like, okay, you see all these leads and how many average you've done. So you see all your progress that you made and all those hours that you put in, and you see that it was all for something. It's not all for nothing. So when you're averaging these people and they're not interested, you may think, God damn, I was so close, but now they say no, they're not interested, or they leave you on red. But whenever somebody says they're not interested, whenever a lead says they're not interested, I see it as a step forward, because I think, okay, if this is the goal, getting a client, there's a certain amount of failures in the way. Let's say you do, 1,000 average. After 1,000 average, you should get a client, right? But out of those 1,000, you may get left undelivered or sent or read by a lot of people, but maybe, I don't know, 100 say no thanks, right? Whenever you get a no thanks, it means that you're getting closer to the goal, because if it takes 100 no thank you, I'm not interested, to actually get a client, you're getting closer. So whenever I get somebody who's not interested, I think, lucky me, I'm one step closer. I'm literally one step closer. So you need to see those failures as you getting closer to the goal. And overall, you need to shift this paradigm of results chasing, the Lamborghini, your YouTube feed with all this noise and all this Dubai, 10K a month and all this BS, and just focus on the input. Focus. It's going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be boring for the beginning. You're going to have to look at Excel spreadsheets all day long. You're going to have to look at Google Docs all day long. You have to read book after book, watch course after course, listen to podcast after podcast, even the boring ones that you have to put on 2x speed because you could fall asleep on them. You have to watch video after video. But you need to focus on the input and never on the output. Because if you focus on the output, you're going to get burned out. You're going to get so sick and tired of seeing copywriting and associating it mentally with these results that you cannot get. So you need to detach yourself from the results until you get there. That's the best advice I can give you. Okay, you're going to have to be very, very cold-minded about this at the beginning. And it doesn't really make sense. Like, if you take a logical person and tell them, okay, you've done this for 90 days, you haven't got any results. What's going to happen on day 91? They're probably going to say, okay, there's like a 0.001% chance of me actually making it. It doesn't make sense. I'm going to quit. So if you're super logical about it, you're going to get anywhere as an entrepreneur. But you got to act like a crazy person. Like, literally think. One more day. Literally, what happens if I give it my all one more day? Tomorrow may be my day. Today may be my day. Who knows? Maybe in 3 days I sign a client. So you gotta go crazy like that. You gotta literally stop your brain from thinking and just go full mode, like fucking caveman mode, for a few months until you get the results. So, as a summary of this video, gamify your input and have that be your results and the thing that gives you dopamine and the thing that makes you feel good before you go to bed every single day. Second, don't be, excited about future possible successes. Okay, don't consider it a success until the deal is done and signed and you have your money in your bank account. And third, count failures as you getting closer to success, because it's literally that. It's literally you getting closer. One less lead, one less people that you have to DM. If you have to DM 1,000 quadrillion people, that's one less lead. So take those 3 tricks, especially if you're a beginner copywriter, apply them, because it's going to save you a lot of headaches and a lot of times getting this close to quitting. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Go after it. I'll see you in the next one. It's time.